There's sometimes I feel like I'm the only one. It's tough being smart, and you're the only one, and people around you, they don't understand who you are. We wake up, and the world is not like it used to be. You feel like you're an alien. You feel like you're different from everybody else. Everybody else is following their own path, what they were taught to when they're born and raised. They're following what they were supposed to do in life. But you don't do that. You do things your way because you believe that's the right way. Well, and you feel it that is the only way to live. We all are doing our own thing. There is no blueprint telling us how we should plan our lives, how should we do things. But you feel you go into a crowded room with people and everybody feels uncomfortable. Well, yeah, because you don't know who these people are and they don't know who you are, but you feel like you don't belong there because maybe they talk about something that you're not interested in. You eventually you get up and you walk and you leave because you felt you didn't really belong there. But do we all really belong where we're supposed to? What's our purpose here on the planet? What are we supposed to do? We're born into the planet. We're told we should be doing all these different things. And by the time we get to a certain age, we're supposed to be have family, kids, have to have that wonderful life. Money saved in the bank, everything is working out, watch sports, go out to parties, events. But that's not how it is today. It's different today. There's no more dance clubs. You can't go dancing. That's gone. You really can't do anything. But you got to find out what you want to do. Do you want to go to an arcade? That stuff is still around. Yeah. They made it a little different now. It caters to everybody. They make it into a restaurant, bar, and arcade. And you can play arcades with your family and friends, or you can go by yourself. You got nobody to go with, and you play a game, and you play against the computer. Hey, you got to make it work. You got to make the system work for you. Sometimes you feel trapped and confused. Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? You don't watch TV hardly anymore because everything is streaming. You go out there and mow the lawn, take care of your place, so everybody says, hey, that person takes care of their place. It looks nice. You might live in a society like that. Everybody has nice green lawns. Everything is nice and neat. People fuss over their place until they can't do it no more. They find something to do because they don't have nothing else to do. Their purpose is just to take care of the house. You, on the other hand, are smart, intelligent. You can do anything. You can write code. You can write programs. You can do anything. But do you want to do that for the rest of your life, or do you want to do something more exciting? Get out there. Go up in the mountains. Go to your cabin up in the mountains there and relax. Maybe you're a writer. You write stories. You need a quiet place. You can't write in too much noise. You got to find your purpose in life. And once you find the purpose in life, you don't have to feel like an outcast anymore. You don't have to feel like an alien. You can fit into society, but not really can fit in. Because remember, everybody out there is in the same boat you are. They're confused. They don't know what to do. It's only what their parents told them. Hey, this is what you got to do, so when you grow up, you can be somebody. And they might have it all laid out already, what you're going to be doing. But you don't want to follow that plan because you feel like, that's not what I want to do. I want to do something different. But then, you upset the family, your father, your mother, they get mad, and you didn't get married like you're supposed to. But your sisters and brothers, everybody's married, but you're not married. But because that's not what you want. You're not ready for that. You're not ready to settle down, have kids, and all of that. You want to do more, and you're trying to find what you're supposed to do. You're trying to work on it, but it comes to you eventually when you find out what you're going to be doing. And when you find out what you're going to do, that's going to make you happy. That's going to make you relax. That's going to make you feel at peace. You got to have that peace and solitude. You got to have that peace and quiet. When you have all of that, that's great. So go to the woods. Be in touch with nature. Go fishing. Feel that nature. Bring your pet, your dog with you. Go, play sports. Throw that frisbee. Let the dog catch it. You have fun with your pet, your friend. He's your friend, though, more than a pet. That you're enjoying your life with your friend. But when you're around other people, they don't share the same interests like you do. You feel isolated. Then you have to find people that are intellectual, people that can understand you and pay attention to you. You don't want people going, You don't want all that. You want people listening. You want to relate. You want to go to parties, meet other people, People that share the same common interests in you. When you do, you feel a part of them. You don't feel like an outcast. You don't feel like an alien. You can relate. You can talk. You can communicate. You can laugh. You gotta laugh. You gotta be happy. You can't be sad. You can't be stressed out. Don't make the outside come into your life where you feel stress, you have anxiety, you headaches, migraines. You get all that because you have to deal with the outside world. You have to deal with other people. Other people have their own problems, and they throw those problems on you, and you have a life too, but you really can't solve their problems because you're trying to solve your own. I mean, you can give them some advice, but you can't take on other people's problems. But you try to give them some understanding. Some people don't even know about problems. They live in a bubble where they don't know nothing. And when something happens, they come to you and say, hey, what am I supposed to do? So my daughter's doing this, my son's doing this. I don't know what to do. And you have to say, hey, why don't you go hang out with them? When last did you take them out? Maybe get ice cream, take them to dinner, But when last did you do anything with them? Because if you don't do anything with them now, when they get older, they're going to resent you. They don't want nothing to do with you. And you're going to feel, gee, my son, my daughter don't want nothing to do with me. What did I do wrong? You didn't spend no time with them. You were too wrapped up in your own world. If you're going to have kids, you got to spend time with them. Because you don't do it when they're young, it's too late to do it when they're older. Because they're not going to feel balanced. See, you have to have a balanced life. Is your life right now balanced? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? And you say, what you're supposed to do? You don't know. So somehow you went on life knowing that you thought what you're doing is what you're supposed to do. And maybe it's not. Why do animals go back to the same place where they were born? Where they feel safe, because that's where they started from. We all were born in different states, different countries. Some of our ancestors came to America by ships. You ever go back to see where they came from? Do you know your family history? A lot of us don't know our family history. We're completely lost because our family didn't say, nobody kept anything, nobody saved anything, so we don't know who we are. And it's tough. But you make do, Maybe you were close to your family. Everybody knew, what everybody did. You know what your dad did, you know what your mom did, and you figured out, hey, what am I going to do? And they want you to play the piano, and take lessons, and that's not what you wanted to do. Maybe you want to play the drums. Maybe you want to play the electrical guitar. Maybe you want to write your own music, music production. Because it keeps you happy, making music. Makes you relax. You got to do things that makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel excited. Watch a movie, have surround sound, speakers all over the place. Whatever it makes you happy. That's what makes you happy. Some people like to go out to the mountains, go fishing, hang out with the pet dog. That's okay too. You gotta find what makes you feel relaxed and makes you feel comfortable. Being around people, that will happen. Just hanging around with the right people that understand you, same interests, will work too. If they're all into sports and you're not into sports, you're gonna feel comfortable. If you're into making music, they're not into making music. You see what I mean? You have to fit with people in society that you can click with and work with. Because if you can't click with them and you can't work together, you're gonna feel like an outcast or an alien, or you don't fit in, you don't belong. The world is different. A lot of people don't recognize things anymore. Everything is different now. Okay. What you did in the past is in the past. What you're doing now is in the future. Okay? This is the future. Our future today is high-tech world. We live in high-tech. Our vehicles, self-driving, can start up too. They can't come pick you up yet, but you're getting to a point. But the thing is, you got to find out what you're looking for. You got to find that peace and solitude in your life. Maybe meditate. Just find a quiet time and just relax. Let everything go. Breathe in and out and just feel comfortable and relax yourself. You don't have to stress, get anxiety. You don't have to do all these things. You just have to be yourself. Get that freedom you need, You want to be at peace and relax and at ease. And you find yourself and you know what you're doing. And you're with the right people that care about you, that know who you are. They gotta understand you. To be with you, they gotta understand you. If they don't understand you, how can they be with you? And then you find that peace, that quiet. And you know what you're doing. You're happy with what you're doing. You gotta be happy as well. You can't be unhappy. You gotta be feeling good, smile, and happy with that right person in your life. Because when you have all of that, it works. And that's why things click. When you make things work out the way you want, it works great. So, other people's ways are not your ways. What you do and can do, you do it. Maybe you're a painter, a writer, You got hobbies, making music, video production. Whatever makes you happy, you do it so you can feel good. Because when you feel good, it works great for you. And when it works great for you, it works perfect. You got it made. Okay?